It finally happened. ChatGPT released advertising inside the platform. This is a major, major thing for businesses going forward because it fundamentally changes how consumers find businesses online. I spent the last 48 hours researching, trying out, and testing the ads, and I'm going to walk you through a tutorial of how to set up your own ChatGPT ads and what this means for your business. This is not Google ads. This is not Facebook ads. This is advertising inside of a conversation, and this can be absolutely huge if you're someone that advertises for your business right now. So first of all, let me show you what ChatGPT ads look like. It's a relatively simple interface, and it's something that will probably develop over the next couple months, and it will look different. But right now, you have your campaign, your ad group, and your ad level. Very similar to Google and Facebook ads. So just to be clear, you have your campaign, where you choose your objective, which we'll get into. You have your ad groups where you choose your targeting, which is very, very different than Facebook and Google. And I'll explain that shortly. And then you have your different ads that you could test out under those ad groups. So let's get started here. So first of all, I have your campaign name. Right now, there are only two objectives. You have clicks and you have reach. Conversions are coming, which will be for lead generation, which I'm sure all business owners will want. But right now, you can do reach or clicks. Then you could choose your location. Right now, it looks like it's only countries. So obviously, if you're in the US, you would choose the US. And then you have a daily budget or a campaign budget. So you can play around with that. From there, you're going to go to the ad group level. It allows you to put in a maximum cost per click, which is basically setting the maximum amount you're willing to pay for each click. It defaulted to $3.50 and said it would be strong delivery, so I kept it there. Then you're ideally going to put in your website or your landing page for your campaign. So you want something specific, a landing page that's optimized for conversions. For purposes of the example, I did just put in my homepage. Now, this is where ChatGPT targeting is very, very different than Facebook or Google. And what this entails is you have basically a whole field or a whole box here to input your anything that describes your ideal client profile. So whether you're B2B or B2C, and I put an example here. First, you're going to want to describe your target audience. You're going to want to put, if they're B2C, their age, their gender, family size, income level, whatever the case may be. If you're B2B, you want to describe that business, small business, 5 to 25 people, is located in South Florida, whatever the case may be. Now, if you think about Google, it's based on keywords. Think about Facebook, you get to choose your audience based on the categories they have. With ChatGPT, you're actually making this more of a conversation or topic of how people converse inside of ChatGPT. So you can make this very long and descriptive, which I would suggest. You do not just want to put in 4-word keywords like you would on Google, like restaurant in South Florida or something like that, or XYZ near me. You're going to want to really describe your target audience and put all the things that they would use to search and find you. So if you're in restoration or your HVAC, it might be something like, who are the top HVAC companies in South Florida? If I have a toilet leak, what should I do? And what company should I use to help me? Things like that are very descriptive. The type of conversations that people would have with ChatGPT to find someone like you, and also what that person looks like. What are they demographically? And you're going to want to be very descriptive in this. And this is what's going to differentiate you, because the ads right now, they're a little bit limited in terms of the creative. But once you set that up, very simple, 4-step process here. You're going to go in the ad level. Again, you're going to want to put your landing page, and you really have 3 things you can manipulate right now. You have the headline, which is 50 characters. You have the description, which is about 100 characters. And then you have an image. For purpose of this, I put in my headline, which is for my agency. Make sure ChatGPT is suggesting your business, because we offer Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. Then description, I'm targeting lawyers. So most lawyers haven't optimized their website for AI. Free 30-minute call. This is where you can also stand out. So you're going to want to have a headline and a description that really captures someone's attention, because the image right now is just a 256 by 256 dimension. So for purposes of this, I just use my logo. You could use maybe, if you're a service-based business, your team in action, or maybe a stock photo. But I think most people are going to be, reeled in or enticed by the headline and description. The good thing is you can split test it. You can try out different ad copy and different images to see what works best. But this is really, you're going to want to be very creative inside the headline and the description area, just like you would in Facebook or Google. Something that calls out the pain points, the benefits of what you offer, right? So if you're in, restoration, did you just have an emergency water disaster? Call us 24/7 for immediate help to make sure, you don't lose your tile, your possessions, whatever the case may be regarding your industry and your company. From there, you can review the campaign and launch it. Now, everything is still in beta. I'm sure a lot of changes will be coming, and there's a little bit more involved with the setup. If you have a ChatGPT account already, all you need to go to is openai.com/ads. It is going to make you prove that you are a business. You're going to have to put in your EIN, your company address, and a couple other things that verify your business. Obviously, a credit card to pay for the ads themselves. Then there's also the tracking element of things. Very similar to Meta and Google, there is a tracking snippet, a JavaScript pixel that you'll want to put on your website. So if you're not super technical, you may need help with a web developer, but that will allow you to track the clicks, the reach, eventually the leads that are coming from ChatGPT to know the effectiveness of the campaign. But this is absolutely huge news for anyone that's advertising right now in any industry. If you can start now, this gives you a huge chance to have a leg up on your competition. And I think, the big difference here is the intent. Like I said, Google uses keywords, Facebook, you can choose by category, but this is, imagine an advertisement inside of a conversation. So these leads are warm, their intent is high. So this is going to be really big. It's going to be very interesting to see based on, what context you put in, who it shows the ads to. Is it going to the right, people? But this is big. If you're spending thousands of dollars on Google ads with maybe mixed results, this gives you a new opportunity to promote your business where, most of the world now is using ChatGPT to find businesses, and Google is losing market share on a daily basis here. So, this is a big opportunity. And psychologically, I think these are very different experiences for people. This is such a big shift. And I think the real story here is that AI is becoming the new search engine. So if you have questions about how you can implement ChatGPT ads, or you want some guidance, feel free to reach out to the link that I put in this post and we could talk it over. Thanks.